There's so much insane news to talk about regarding Terrifier 2 that I don't even know how to start this video. So let's get into all of the wild things that I'm about to say.
Well, sometimes that is better.
Hey everybody, what's up? Killjoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. There is so much to talk about regarding Terrifier 2, including a new box office total, a brand new horror movie from the lead Lavera, and also an Oscar nomination, potentially. Before we get into all of that, though, if you guys can like this video and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that. Just heart to heart. That would mean a lot to old Jake here. Subscribe to this page if you enjoy watching videos on horror news and talking about biting the heads off of rats. Alright, so first things first, let's talk about the absolutely incredible Lavera, or otherwise known as Sienna in Terrifier 2. She's going to be in a brand new horror movie titled Fetus, and I'm actually pretty interested in this one. Hot off the heels of Terrifier 2, Lavera will be starring in Joe Lamb's Fetus, coming out sometime next year, alongside Bill Moseley, an absolutely incredible actor who portrayed Chop Top in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Possibly my favorite performance from him, but he's also incredible in both House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects. The film is being described as a couple struggle to learn the truth about the origins of their unborn child, a supernatural entity that emerges from the body. In the director's statement for the film's website, it specifically says that this film explores both sides of the pro-life, pro-choice debate. I respect this film for touching on a subject that is probably the most divisive subject of all time, so that's pretty cool. I'm excited to see where they take this film. And Lavera and Bill Moseley in a horror movie together has me really excited, so I'm actually really pumped for this one. Alright, but now let's talk a little bit about the clown, with Terrifier 2 carving out nearly $10 million at the box office, which I know I've made a lot of videos recently talking about how much money this movie has made, but it is truly insane and unprecedented. Terrifier 2 crowdfunded $250,000 and has now made 40 times its budget. When was the last time we could say that about any movie? This news is super exciting for many reasons. First of all, super big congratulations to everyone who worked on this project. This is unbelievable horror history we're witnessing here. Congratulations to everybody who is involved. Seriously, great job. I love this movie. Probably my favorite horror film of the year. Not only that, but this movie's unrated and it was released in theaters and made $10 million. I mean, that's insane, let alone for a movie like that to have rose to such great heights. But then on top of all that, it was made for $250,000. No money was put towards marketing like at all, and it still just got all that money from word of mouth advertising. And it's also paving the way for other indie horror filmmakers to get their movies out there. Usually you'd have to work for some big studio or something first for like a long time and have to make connections and all that, and then maybe you get to make a movie and maybe it doesn't even go to theaters. This is paving a very different path for indie horror filmmakers to actually be able to put their movies in theaters and hopefully they can make some money. Now all of that is very exciting, awesome stuff, but something that probably won't happen but is very interesting to talk about is that Terrifier 2 has been submitted for Oscar consideration. Why? Because it's too funny not to. As Brad Miska from Bloody Disgusting explains, no, it will never actually happen. Yes, it's a total goof, but you know what? The thought of having members of the Academy endure an extreme unrated horror movie that they would otherwise consider beneath them, that's just too hilarious of an opportunity to pass up. This is hilarious for a lot of reasons. First of all, the Academy just overlooks horror movies all the time. It's not to say that they never award horror movies with Oscars. I mean, Get Out from 2017 won, so that's really awesome, and Silence of the Lambs, but like, there are also a lot of other horror movies that I feel like could have been Oscar contenders and were not even nominated. For example, Toni Collette's performance in Hereditary should have been nominated for an Oscar. The fact that it wasn't is completely fucking insane to me. Or what about Lupita Nyong'o's performance in Us? I hope I'm pronouncing her last name correctly. Please don't crucify me in the comments. The difference between all of those aforementioned movies is the fact that Terrifier 2 is very different. It's not exactly a movie with a bunch of social commentary in it. It's much more focused on the gore, practical effects, your main killer and main protagonist at hand. But I still think it could totally be nominated for an Oscar, first and foremost for the practical effects, which are unbelievably amazing in that movie. It's the only film to top the original Terrifier from 2016 with practical effects, and that's a hard accomplishment, let me tell you, because out of all the movies I've seen from the past 10 years, Terrifier and Terrifier 2 are the absolute #1 and #2 for practical effects. Love them or hate them, both of the Terrifier films have some of the best practical effects I have ever seen in a horror movie. And believe it or not, thought a lot of people were throwing up during this movie and actually calling an ambulance in one case, which is totally fucking insane. Shit like this hasn't happened since like the 70s with The Exorcist. So make sure to tag the Academy on Twitter and give the hashtag Oscars for art, baby. Or you could go to any other social media website, which is probably better than Twitter at this point. And even though this is a completely not serious campaign to try to get art an Oscar, it will open the floodgates up for other horror movies to actually get nominated for fucking awards, which is insane that they have been getting snubbed so many times over the course of the past 50 plus years. Although it's a total pipe dream, us horror fans have to try. Obviously, you guys know how much I love Terrifier 2, but how do you feel about its crazy success, not only at the box office, but also getting a possible Oscar nomination? Leave me something about it in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching this brand new update on Terrifier 2. Hopefully we get some news on a Terrifier 3 sometime, because that is definitely fucking happening. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, support me on Patreon, that would be pretty cool. Maybe even sign up for my channel memberships, because you get extra stuff every single month. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And also share the Red Right Hand trailer. Share it around, put it on your social medias. The link for that is also in the description below. Thank you guys again for watching, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.